So today we're going to take puff pastry dough, which is a laminated sweet dough, and we are going to fill it with some cherry pie filling, and I'm going to show you 4 basic shapes you can make with puff pastry dough. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get 4x4 squares. So you're going to want to measure using a ruler, marking with your paring knife. And then same thing up or down. And then I'm going to use my pastry cutter, or you can use your paring knife, either one works. I'm going to cut this into perfect 4x4 squares. You can make them smaller if you want mini ones. 4x4 is a traditional puff pastry or Danish shape. You have 2 there, and I'm going to cut one more out to show you. Okay. Lightly dust your bench with flour. You don't need a lot of flour. And the excess that I have here, I can re-fold back together and roll it out again. So I'm going to show you 3 shapes. The first shape I'm going to show you is probably the easiest. This is a turnover. So we might be familiar with apple turnovers, cherry turnovers. So you're going to go ahead and put your filling in the center. The only problem people have with this shape is overfilling. I have egg wash here. I'm going to dip my finger in the egg wash. I'm going to go along the edges. And then I'm going to fold this over. And then just like our pies, we're going to want to crimp the edges so that filling does not come out. You can take it and fold it a little at a time. You can crimp with a fork. And we're going to put this on our sheet tray with parchment until we're ready to egg wash the whole thing. And you can cut vent holes after you egg wash in your turnovers. Okay. The next shape I'm going to show you is called a pinwheel. So you're going to take your square, and at every corner you're going to cut about 2/3 of the way in. Okay, and then we're going to put a little egg wash in the middle. We're going to go through and pull down every other corner to the middle to make this pinwheel shape. You can put your filling in prior to. I like to do my filling after. And puff pastry is a very light, flaky, buttery dough. This is Danish is most common at breakfast or brunches, and I do have my spatula here to pick it up and move it. Okay. And then the other shape I'm going to show you is a diamond. So I'm going to fold this over. I'm going to cut up about 3/4 of the way on each side. When I unfold it, I'm going to egg wash the edges of the cut diamond. And then I'm going to take this half and fold it over. And I'll take this other half and fold it over the other way. And then I'm going to fill the center. Okay, so those are the first three shapes, and then I'm going to show you kind of like a rectangle. It kind of looks like a strudel. So we are going to do a 4. So we're creating this rectangle first. And then after we create the rectangle, you're going to cut slits at an angle. Down the whole thing on both sides. And then I will put my cherry filling in the middle. And then what you end up doing here is alternating. You're going to come in and start to pull these strips across the filling. And this one's a little thinner, but my puff pastry dough is thinner to begin with. And you can make these mini or big. The end, and you're just gonna pinch it. And they could be fatter. You've probably seen bigger ones of them. They look like strudel. Okay, so one more time. The turnover, 4x4 square. Put your filling in the middle. Egg wash the edge. Fold it over. You want to press down, crimping it. Make sure that's sealed. So this is the turnover. You can do any type of filling that you like: pineapple, apricot, cherry, apple, raspberry. It's very common. Lemon. Okay, I'm cutting a couple more 4x4 squares. You can buy puff pastry dough in the store, or you can make your own. Okay, pinwheel, I'm gonna cut at every corner, 2/3 of the way in. Egg wash the middle, taking every other corner. I'm going to take it to the center, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to fill it. All right, so we're going to use our spatula. Move it over to our tray. And then the diamond. So folding the square into a triangle, cutting the triangle on each side 3/4 the way up, pulling it back apart, egg washing, taking this half of the triangle and moving it to the other side, and then vice versa. And then cherry filling in the middle. Okay. And then you want to let these rest at room temperature for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then we are going to egg wash them and put them in the oven. Okay, so we've been letting these rest about 15-20 minutes, and that's just for additional proofing. So you're just letting that dough rest so that it rises in the oven and creates that puffness that we're seeking. I have egg wash here. I'm going to egg wash the tops of all my Danishes. And sometimes with Danish, we just like a little sweet, more sweet factor. So we are going to add a little coarse sugar. We're just going to sprinkle some coarse sugar on here. And then we'll sprinkle some coarse sugar. And then when they come out, after they cool, you can glaze them with like a powdered sugar glaze on top. And these bake at 400 degrees, and they will take about 10 to 15 minutes to bake off. So I'm just taking, this is just my coarse sugar. Okay, so I'm gonna get them in the 400 degree oven, and then we'll see what they look like when they come out.